There's like a Mortal Kombat 11 moment where it goes X-ray and his skull cave in.
Which is pretty cool, but also like...
Yeah, too bad that didn't have any consequences.
Well, he is all like banned.
Hello,
everybody, and welcome back to the Onesie Piece podcast, where two grown men in onesies argue about a cartoon.
I'm Esteban, and I don't really like anime that much.
I'm Wade, and I like it to somewhat more extent than him. A lot, actually.
You would consider yourself an anime fan?
I would consider myself like a 6 out of 10 on the weeb scale. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Do you want me to answer that honestly?
No.
Doing great. Everything's
good to
great.
hear, buddy.
Best week of my life. 2021's off to a great start.
Glad to hear it.
Alabasta. We're back,
Alabasta
baby.
Part 2.
Alabasta number 2. And we're getting into some... this was a very different vibe than last week.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yes.
We're getting into the fights. A lot of fights this week.
It was all fights.
It was pretty much all fights.
Yeah. This was just the fight segment.
Yeah, which honestly, going in, I didn't plan that. I didn't realize how many fights happened. I thought there was like 1 or 2 fights, but it's like literally all
everybody
the fights.
fights.
Everybody fights. So, give us one sentence. What you thinking? What you thinking about Part 2, Alabasta?
Can't wait for Part 3.
Oh, that's
because
good.
Part 2 is over.
Compared to Part 1, which one did you enjoy more?
Part 1.
You liked Part 1 more than the fights.
Yes.
You weren't digging the fights.
Wasn't digging the fights.
Oh, interesting. So, okay, so you're not a fight guy. We're establishing this.
I am a fight guy. I like cool fights. These fights didn't make sense to me.
Well, let's just get into it then.
Let's get into it.
All right. It's been a while. In fact, the last time that we had like the whole crew fighting was at Arlong Park. So,
yes.
Without further ado, and I did this at the last minute, so no promises this is going to go smoothly. Welcome back to the One Piece Arena! Lots of fights this week. All sorts of fights, and we're gonna start with one that it all began with. Luffy.
I can't see what you're...
Crocodile!
Okay, there we go.
Gotcha, I forgot I moved it.
Alright.
Yeah. So this is the start. This is the fight that starts it all.
This kicks it off.
This kicks off the chaos, and boy, is it a slaughter.
Yeah, Luffy doesn't really stand a chance against him.
Luffy gets annihilated. So to say that this is a fight is kind of a bold statement.
He tries.
He does. He tries to punch and kick, and do his thing, and he fails miserably. So, where are you at with this? What are your thoughts?
I mean, it was refreshing to see him finally not be able to do something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because, like, up until now, we're, like, over 100 episodes into this damn series, and it's just like, oh, Luffy's fighting, time, I guess the arc's ending. Because, you know, like, that solves everyone's problems.
For sure. This time he fights in the middle of the arc, and he gets absolutely destroyed. Practically killed. Would have died.
Should have died.
Should have died, but a savior, an angel from above.
An unexpected angel from above.
Yes. So he gets thrown into a pit of quicksand.
And, yeah.
And who should come to his rescue?
But that lady.
That one lady. Miss All Sunday.
Is that her name?
Yes, that's
okay. I cannot keep track of any of their names. They're all like dates and days of the weeks.
It seems like it'd be easier to keep track of them. They're literally numbers. I mean, the men are. And then holidays that you're familiar with. I mean, all Sunday isn't, though. That's all the Sundays.
Every single one.
That's... So, what are your thoughts on this? Cop out? Is that how you're feeling?
I don't think it's a cop out.
Okay.
It's just, you know, I'm happy that he lost, and I hope that it gets to him, like it gets through his thick skull that he can't punch his way out of everything.
Yeah.
Like I really hope his ego took a hit. I really want his pride to have suffered here. Like I really want him all in all to suffer from this.
You want him to suffer.
I do.
Well,
like no redeeming. Like it's not, like I don't want him to walk away thinking, well, at least I was able to do that one thing. No, you were not able to do anything, and I want you to acknowledge it.
Oh my God. Well, this is. I mean, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. Luffy wasn't in part 2 at all, really.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks he's dead. We, as the audience, know that he was saved, but the crew doesn't think he's dead, but everybody's telling them that he's dead, and they're like, Luffy wouldn't die.
As if that's someone's choice.
Yes, exactly. When realistically, Luffy did die.
He should have.
He just happened to have a unexpected savior come out at the last minute and save him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So speaking of death, do you have a gripe you want to share with me?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Been waiting for this moment.
This happened very early on into this segment of the arc.
Yep.
And really set the tone for my attitude towards the rest of the arc.
And what was that? Elaborate.
Igaram. Just sort of.
You remembered his name. Look at you.
Walks on screen. His first words back on screen are, meh, 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 meh. And then he's on screen for like 5 seconds, and then it cuts away. We don't see him again for the next 10 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And from that point on, it's just like nothing matters anymore.
So Igaram is alive and well.
Not vaporized, as we saw.
Yep, he survived the nuclear explosion on his ship. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be honest, this moment,
you have some explaining to do. Justify this, Wade.
There is no justifying this. This moment single-handedly brought this arc down like a peg for me when I was watching it. I was like, what? Why the hell? Because we've talked about it on here before. You know me well enough. I hate this shit. Mm-hmm. I hate fake out deaths. And when you put a man in a nuclear explosion, I do not expect him to come back. And if he does, maybe don't kill him in a nuclear explosion. Like the one thing that just says, there's no way.
Yeah, the one thing is basically a universal game over.
Yeah. And they somehow he's just back, and he's so forgettable, and he's so stupid. He
has all his hair too. It's not like he suffered anything from this.
He seems perfectly fine.
Yeah, unscratched.
Single way. It pissed me off, man. It absolutely.
I don't blame you. I was pretty upset too.
I've been waiting for this moment because, and it was It was such a cool moment with the nuclear explosion, even though he's totally forgettable character. I think that's what makes it so much worse too. Is like literally him dying changes nothing.
Right.
He didn't need to come back for any reason whatsoever.
No.
The only reason he's back is
we don't know yet.
Yeah. I don't even know if we find if we find out. I have pushed it out of my memory because I am so angered by this.
I cannot wait for us never to see him again. It's bullshit.
Oda has some problems with killing people from time to time, and I don't always understand it. I get that you don't want to kill everybody, and I like that as much as you hate Buggy and whatnot, and ridiculous that he also didn't plop in the ocean or what have you, like, it's kind of cool to see, like, characters come back and, like, see if they have, like, a new impact or what they've been up to and things like that. I like that, but just don't put a dude in a nuclear explosion and then just bring him back with no explanation whatsoever. And there is never an explanation. I want you to know. I'm just going to tell you straight up. There is never an explanation as to why this motherfucker survived.
Oh my god.
He's just there, and that's it.
That's so stupid, man.
Yeah. So we'll talk about it more in the future, I'm sure,
But like I said, this little 10-second moment really set the tone for my attitude for the rest of these episodes.
Yeah, I knew it would. When it affected my mood and I liked One Piece, I was like, there's no way. This is going to just destroy him.
The rest of these episodes were just like nothing. Like, they tried to set up these huge emotional moments because every character on the crew has like this major like battle with one of the members of the Baroque works, like numbered people. And each episode is dedicated to each one of these battles, and they try to set up these emotional moments within these like battles that like really try to pull on your emotions, like, oh, is he going to pull through? Is he going to make it? Is he going to come up with a solution with that? And it just doesn't matter because, they will. There's a moment where Usopp is being carried through the sand by a mole woman at like 500 miles an hour. And then another guy swings a 5-ton bat right into his face.
Yeah. And he's fine.
And like I never even once was like, oh shit. Because, he's fine. Like, this isn't going to affect anything.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. It can take away a little bit. So, I would like to say... Yeah, I mean, with the crew...
Like, they have plot armor.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
But you try to suspend that disbelief. You try to get into the moment.
Yeah.
But then it shoves moments like Igaram coming back at you in your face. And no one's in trouble.
Yeah. You realize the guy with the least amount of plot armor is somehow back. And if he survived, everyone's going to be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
But you hope it's not true.
You hope it's not true.
And we don't know.
But damn, does that show try to remind you.
The arc hasn't ended yet. And I mean, I will let you know that people do die in One Piece. It does happen.
If you say so.
It does. But I get you. And I feel the same way. I would say for the fights, stop focusing on the maybe like focus less on like what am I trying to say here? Focus less on the danger and focus more on the like how. I don't know what to say to it. I think this arc in particular does it the worst.
Yeah, because even if we flip the coin and start looking at the how, then we start looking at the fact that these are fights between like people like Usopp and Tony Chopper and Nami, who have never been in a fight before.
Yeah, well,
don't
Usopp
even have
weapons.
Yeah, but he's just a kid from an island who got lucky.
Yeah.
Fighting against the most elite killers in the Grand Line.
Well, not in the Grand Line, but within Baroque Works at least.
Within Baroque Works, the most elite killers. And it's just like, how is this fight even a thing? Like, there's absolutely no way Chopper and Usopp would win in a fight against Mole Woman and Baseball Man.
Well, I would argue that Chopper's pretty strong. He's got his different forms, and he does scope to find the weak point.
Yeah, let's talk about how he used that this week.
All right, hold on. I just realized. Warren! Oh no! I don't know. That was supposed to be Usopp versus Mr. 4. I don't know. I knew something would go wrong.
That is not Usopp and Mr. 4.
At least it's not a spoiler. You've already seen it. Yeah, okay. So instead of getting a cool highlight, we're just gonna do this, boys. There we go.
There we go.
Hopefully the next ones work. I knew there would be some problems.
Let me tell you how stupid I thought this was.
What did you think about the gun that ate a fruit?
I was trying to remember, was it a gun that ate a dog fruit or
it was a gun that ate a dog fruit.
Gun fruit.
It was
like
it was an inanimate object that ate a fruit. It does matter. Because a dog that eats a gun fruit makes sense. A gun that eats a dog fruit doesn't make sense.
The iteration that doesn't make sense is the reality that we get.
But I also think it's supposed to be satire a little bit. But who knows? Then she also is like, actually, as it turns out on the Grand Line, they figured out how to make all sorts of inanimate objects eat fruits. And so it's like...
Yep, she does say that.
It's like, so is this going to happen again in the future? Or are we going to have, a boat that ate a fucking... I don't know. Who the possibilities suddenly become endless. And, It's stupid.
It's so stupid.
I'm with you, man.
So now I'm watching. So sitting through this episode, I'm like, first of all, I don't believe in there's a I don't believe in any shadow of a doubt that Usopp and Chopper could actually beat these elite killers.
Yes.
But I know they will. Now I'm having to deal with a gun that ate a fruit to become half gun, half dog. But it's not that's not where the weirdness ends. He shoots exploding baseballs.
Yeah, well, he's a gun that fires baseballs.
That explode?
Yeah.
Why couldn't have they just had a gun why did it have to be a dog? It could have just been a gun that fires baseball.
Well, it just because it's supposed to be ridiculous, but I agree that it's on the end of absurdity where even I can't take it. I'm with you on this one, man. The fight was fine. The fight as a whole was cool. There were some fun moments.
I like seeing Usopp getting railed on.
Usopp gets the shit beat out of him. He
should be dead.
4-ton bat, and it literally shows his skull crack open.
There's a Mortal Kombat 11 moment where it goes X-ray and his skull came in.
Which is pretty cool. cool, but also like
Yeah, too bad that didn't have any
it
consequences.
had well, he is all like bandaged up now.
Oh, he's all bandaged up. That
After the
doesn't stop
fight-
him from doing shit.
After the no, it does. I mean, he doesn't do anything anyway. But after the fight, you see him like just wrapped up in like a full body cast on the camel, and he can't do anything.
That was pretty funny.
It is. It's pretty funny. Yeah. So, you didn't like the fight?
No. I thought, what a goddamn waste of time.
Well, maybe you'll like the next one.
Maybe.
Let's see if it's the right video.
Sanji versus
Mr. Two.
Okay, let me break down what I hated about this one. The whole like, so basically they're pretty evenly matched.
I just want to point out that while we're here, never mind. Just keep going. It's fine. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in part 3. I'll bring it up again in part 3.
So they're pretty evenly matched. What is this guy? Number 2?
Yeah.
He's number 2.
Mr. 2. Yeah, he's Mr. 2. So yeah, they're definitely evenly. At least it's not like a ridiculous thing now.
Yeah, fine. Sanji's been fighting all his life.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Nitpick number 1, he has to make it so obvious that he's a cook, like right from the get-go. And, you know, not a big deal. It's a show, whatever. Second of all, Mr. 2 gets an edge, not because, for the stupidest reason. Like, really the stupidest reason. It's because when he turns himself into Nami, Sanji just cannot hit him.
Yeah.
And that becomes like a concrete challenge for him throughout that he has to overcome. He has to find another way to attack him because he just can't hit him when he's Nami.
Yeah.
That's so dumb. That's the stupidest way to bring up a complication.
I mean, okay. I didn't hate this one as much as I like this one leaps and bounds above the Usopp chopper fight. And this one was ridiculous, but not gun eats fruit ridiculous.
True.
And we know Sanji's a simp. It's not a surprise. It's not like this was like out of the blue. This lines up pretty well with his character.
But he's also like intelligent.
Yeah. But I mean, I get it. I get what you mean. It's like, he literally states before this that he knows that Mr. 2 isn't actually that person. Because he was like beating the crap out of Usopp. Mr. 2 turned into Usopp, and Sanji didn't give a crap. And then he turns into Nami, and all of a sudden he can't bring himself to hit her. Even though he already stated that he knows that it's not actually Nami.
Yeah.
But he's a simp. The thought of even hurting Nami just brings him pain that he just simply can't overcome.
That's supposed to make me level with him? Supposed to make me sympathize with him? Supposed to make me I hope he finds a way to overcome like this challenge in front of him. No, get over your fucking self, man. You know he is the enemy. Shit, I don't care about your simping anymore.
It's his one weakness.
Stupid.
I mean, okay, so let's rewind a little bit. Last week, so okay, the fights were ridiculous. I agree. They're not your typical. They're not your My Hero Academia fights. All right? They're not your Naruto fights. They're not trying to be. They're trying to be ridiculous and put twists that. Here's my thought process, and you kind of said it last week. You've accepted that this is a series that's meant to be a long term, meant to go on for decades, and hence why the characters are so absolutely ridiculous, because they need to be memorable and like when you have 1,000 characters, you got to do something, you know. I would argue that there's a similar problem with the fights. If you want to have fights, it's like by the end of all this, on episode 1000, we've probably had hundreds of fights. Like, you gotta do something to mix them up a little bit. Otherwise, it's always just gonna be Luffy punching, Sanji kicking, and Zoro slashing. Like, and so, yeah, it's a ridiculous thing, but otherwise, Sanji just would have kicked him and would have won.
So, yeah, you're right. You need to make the fights memorable in some way.
Yeah.
But you also don't need a fight every arc. Like, I feel like the best way to make a fight memorable is to heighten the stakes at which the fight is being fought for, not the minute details within the fight. Like, you remember Battle of the Bastards on Game of Thrones not because of the soldiers fighting within it, but because of what was at stake, what the battle meant, what the fight meant. And I feel like the same approach should be brought to a series that has an intention of going on and on and on. Like, instead of, if I'm about to invest hundreds of hours of my time into watching this thing, which I have, yeah. I'm dreading that this is what I have to look forward to and how they're going to divvy up, like, make the fights diverse. I want the fights to be driven by the plot, which this could have been. And it kind of was. But, like, we see a fight every damn arc. Like, it's expected.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is like a
It's an action show, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, fights are expected of it at the same time. Like, people, you watch Dragon Ball Z and you watch shows like these expecting fights. So I feel like they feel the need to. I mean, there is a fight every arc, but, like, to lesser extents. I don't know. I totally agree with you. I just want to say that. I totally agree with you that the stakes here, like, you have this civil war happening all around that, like, the stakes are very, very high.
Yeah.
And they build those up in a really good way, I think. And there's constant conflict with the civil war portion, and even, you know, with Crocodile specifically. But, like, the rest of the Baroque works in these, it feels like whether they won or whether they lost, it wouldn't really change anything. Although, right. I guess in this case, you could argue that he, at least Mr. 2, can change into the king, so you gotta defeat him so he doesn't pull those shenanigans.
What, like, I feel like they could have done with this is, instead of trying to make each fight its own unique kind of segment, like, make it so that each character had to fend off each, so that just to give Vivi time to get to her goal. It would become like Rohan and Gondor, like, just biding for time for Frodo to get to Mount Doom at the last at the last moment, at the gates of the enemy.
Yeah.
Just, you know, you're not going to walk away from this, but you need to make sure that Frodo gets to where he needs to be. Just, you need to give him time. I feel like that could have been done here. Vivi needs to get to wherever the hell she was going, and we just need to hold these guys back. Condense 10 episodes into, like, 2 or 3. Don't focus on, like, how each person overcame each fight. Just make them get in the way of these impossible to beat beings, because they are the most elite killers that we've seen to date. Like,
yeah.
Don't try to convince me that they can beat them. Just try to convince me that they need to at least stall them, get in their way.
I got you with that. And specifically with the Usopp fight and the Nami fight, I'm totally in agreement with you. When it comes to Sanji and Zoro, they're on a slightly different power level, so it seems more realistic that they can actually beat them, but I am with you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's a great way. Like, let's separate Sanji and Zoro because they are, like you said, on a different level. And, you know, they could have their own episodes, fine.
But no, I'm in agreement with you. I'm in agreement with you. It could have been done better, and these fights are pretty forgettable. Even though they're trying to be memorable, honestly, I had forgotten them. I had bits and pieces that I remembered, and that's like it. I actually completely forgot Sanji fought Mr. 2. Entirely. So, whatever, moving on to the next one. We got Nami.
She's cute in that picture. What the hell? Oh my god, you had to choose this one. You had to choose this frame.
Of course I did. Of course I did.
I hated this fight. Oh, this was so stupid and dumb.
Like, worse than the Usopp fight?
I would have rather watched the Usopp fight than this fight.
Wow.
This just threw away all sense of disbelief. Like, it starts off with, you know, Nami, like, inner monologuing, I'm not a fighter, I can't take on this woman. And by the end of the episode, she's dead. Like, the woman's dead. Like, she did it. She's what? Number 2 to...
Yeah, she's literally Mr. 2's or Mr. 1's partner. She's literally like number 4 in Baroque Works.
Yeah.
Which is pretty high up the list.
And so magic flashback moment to when Nami got this super weapon from Usopp.
Yep.
That he was just able to create.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. That was I don't know how, but Usopp's a tinkerer. He figured it out.
That's his role, I guess.
Yeah.
Just hit me up if you need a god weapon. I'll put something together.
God weapon. I liked this fight more than the Usopp fight.
Did you?
I did. I agree with you with the unrealisticness of it all. But I liked... I don't know, at least there was like a weapon. I don't know. I liked a lot of what Nami did. I felt like I think this would have been perfect for like a delay thing, like you were saying. Nami's very nimble. She can dodge, and I believe that. And she was dodging like crazy. And then she turns around and actually beats her with like a super hard hitter. But the way that she got the hitter off, I enjoyed a lot. It wasn't just like on a whim. She had to literally fucking kick her foot through spikes to keep the lady from moving and then hit her with it.
That's true.
So like I can in that moment, even though Nami's weaker and the weapon is kind of ridiculous in this random thing that was introduced, it's believable that she like put herself in harm's way to specifically stop the enemy so she could get the one blow that would actually defeat her off. So I guess from that point of view, I liked it a lot more than the Usopp fight, which just felt like they randomly... I don't even remember how they won. What did they do?
The
they like
Usopp fight?
Yeah, what did they put a baseball in like the holes of the mole or something?
Yeah, I think Chopper just sort of... No, I think there was something else to it. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. You're right. I'd rather watch this fight.
And don't get me wrong, I love watching Usopp get the shit beat out of him. But, I don't know. It felt more realistic to me. It felt a little more realistic.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was okay. It was fine.
It was okay.
Good job, Nami. The biggest problem was the weapon. It was very unbelievable, and it's cool. It's definitely cool, and it's fitting because she knows the weather, and so she would be able to put those pieces together. And I did like the running joke that I think went on a little too long, but I did like the joke that it was, like, for party tricks.
Oh, yeah.
And she's, like, reading the manual as she goes, and it's, like, Usopp explaining how she can do these at parties to be cooler.
Yeah, I agree. That went on a little bit too long.
Yeah, it went on a little too long. But the first few times, I was like, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So... if she had I don't know. I don't know how this fight could have been saved. It was just the weapon. If there was some
Yeah.
alternative to the weapon, I think it would have been a lot better. But
Yeah.
like, just I don't know, kick your foot in her and stab her. I don't know. There's something you can do.
Yeah, but this is like a case where I think it would have benefited from being cut down and just being intertwined with someone else's fight.
Yeah.
Like, this is Nami just trying to dodge and finesse her way out of harm's way, but distracting her, pulling her attention away from, you know, where she needs to be.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Intertwine it with the Zoro fight somehow.
Yeah.
Like, that would make sense to me. Like, Zoro gets a hit off because Nami has kept her still or something, you know, by doing the same thing.
Zoro does his whole thing with his fight, and then comes and rescues Nami in the last moment after Nami's been, you know, like dodging and weaving her way out of the spikes.
Yeah, I would be cool with that. I'd be cool with that. But whatever. We're not here to theory craft. That's not how it happened.
No.
But yeah, it could have been done slightly better. The final fight that we see. I like the fights because they bring the structure I need to this podcast that I can't figure out when the fights aren't happening. Zoro versus Mr. One? Yes, Mr. One. I was like, wait, is this Mr. One or Mr. Two?
Mr. One.
What did you think of the Zoro fight?
I liked the setup.
Yeah.
Because, all right, and just another guy. I'll say this about the last chick too with the spikes. Like, these aren't stupid devil fruit powers. These are like, I liked the idea that, oh, like, okay, this devil fruit like just turns him into, like, gives him blade arms and all this shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's a cool power.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, she can like spiky and like all this other stuff.
Make her
like, all right, that's pretty cool.
Spiky and shit.
Yeah, of course that had to be a thing.
Something about Oda, he just loves like doing things with body parts.
I think he's a pervert.
Yeah,
but
I think there's a piece of that.
But yeah, so the setup here, like, oh, he's got like blades. He can turn his body into a blade wherever.
Yeah.
That's a perfect setup for Zoro.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the fight just takes the stupidest turn. When Zoro has to like figure out how to cut steel.
Yeah.
And then another magical flashback to when he was getting the perfect advice for this, and then hasn't worked it out until just this moment. Like, oh, that's what he meant. This is how I overcome this. Yeah. Never saw that moment before.
Yeah.
Never existed before. It just had to happen because he needed a solution. Like, it was a cop-out. And then the solution itself was dumb. Find the rhythm that the universe beats at to cut steel.
That is a stupid solution. I
do better than that.
Loved
Zoro.
the fight itself. I liked the concept behind the fight, but I hate the delivery. I'm right there with you. I hate how it was delivered. I hate how, like you said, it was so like off the cuff. It was like all of a sudden. It's like, why didn't they have Zoro like?
You could have set this up somehow. We've seen Zoro like lifting weights on the ship.
Yeah. Repeatedly. That's what he does. He like lifts weights, he sleeps. That's all he does, which is cool. He's always training. Show us specifically him trying to cut steel. That's all I would need. One moment of him trying to cut steel, and I would be like, it's already set up. He's been trying to do this for a while, at least we know, but it's never been brought to our attention until this very moment.
Yeah, exactly. We see, like you said, we see him training all the time. Show us the fruits of that labor. That's rewarding.
Yeah.
That's a moment earned. This was not a moment earned.
Yeah. It could have been done better. The idea of it, I like that Zoro grew from it. That was cool. You know, it was cool that he was learning, but it was so like it was so the pacing is way off.
He grew, but we didn't get to see that growth. It just happened.
It happened at a weird time too. He just like got the crap beat out of him, and then all of a sudden he was like, "Oh,
yeah,
I get it.
I get it now."
Yeah. And so I guess maybe there's the argument to be made that like because he was like hurt so badly, he was able to see in a different way that he normally wouldn't. I don't know.
I'm not even gonna. It's dumb. I hated it.
It's not my favorite. But Zoro can cut steel now. That's cool.
So that's the thing. That's canon.
But that's cool. Like, the only problem is that we didn't see him working towards that before this. But the fact that he can cut steel now is cool. It shows that he's growing as a swordsman. He can cut steel. Let's just be happy for Zoro for a minute. You know
what would have been cool would back when he fought Duncan Mahawk.
Oh, Duncan Mahawk.
What's his name?
I don't know. We call him Duncan. His name is Duncan Mahawk as far as I'm concerned.
You know what would have been cool is if Duncan Mahawk like cut his blade or like cut steel. We saw him do it. And then that just became like the root, the seed in Zoro's mind. Like, how the hell did he do that? I need to figure out how to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. He did cut through Zoro's blades. He
Did
broke 2 of them. Yeah, he broke 2 of Zoro's 3 blades. But
that should have been a moment then. Like,
if in that moment Zoro would have been. I mean, he kind of. I think the problem is he didn't specifically. I don't know.
Like that, just like, I mean, a swordsman cutting the blade of another swordsman is something we've seen in like fantasy forever. Like, that's not like a new idea.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So if in that moment they could have like called attention to it, like, okay, that's very unique in this setting. Like, that's a very significant detail that Zoro now is fixating on. Like, then it separates itself from just the trope of a sword cutting a sword.
And it would be awesome to see that far back the pieces already being put together.
Exactly.
I'm with you. Because him cutting steel was never brought up or mentioned in any way up until this very moment.
Exactly.
And so for him to just suddenly be able to do it, I'm with you. So, delivery, come on, Oda. You could have done better. Maybe he will in the future. Maybe he's still a young little pup learning.
Hopefully.
So, what I'm gathering is part 2 was like slugging through a swamp for you. You hated every moment of this.
I cranked it to 2 times speed immediately.
Oh my God,
I was like, just get me through. There were still some moments where, like, even at 2 times speed, I was like, it is lingering on this scene a long time. Like, what is taking so long for them to do this next thing? Just silence and them looking at each other.
That's some of the pacing issues that you do see in the anime. It only gets worse. And honestly, pre-time skip, it's not too bad. I feel you. But post-time skip, they will just linger on, like, it'll look like pan to, like, Luffy's face, and then, like, pan to the enemy's face, and then, like, pan to a random villager's face, and then pan to Nami's face. And they're all, like, and it just goes and goes just to fill up as much time as they can for this fucking 20-minute episode.
That's so dumb.
It can be a bit much. So, we got all the fights. There is a bit more, though. There is a bit more that happens. Vivi makes it to the castle.
Yes.
Which, again, would have been a cool moment if they were, like, fighting. It would be cool if Vivi was, like, running through all of that and, like, the Straw Hats had to, like, stop the Baroque Works from, like, trying to stop Nami. Like she would be running through the fights, and the Straw Hats would have to be super defensive about it. Like, trying to stop the blows that the Baroque Works people were. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
I'm with you. But she made it there regardless. And I thought
in a very just like it happened unearned moment.
Yes, it did. She did just kind of arrive. Well, she got on Karoo.
Oh, the fucking bird. Duck. That was the dumbest shit.
Wait, what?
I hated that. Everything about that duck. The duck kept on getting like the piss beat out of him, like over and over. He got exploded, I think, at some point, shot. Yeah, and it just kept going. And when it would cut to the duck, and the duck would be screaming, and crying.
Why you gotta be hating on Karoo, man? Again,
and it'd go even further, and then the duck would just fly up. And then it's like, you know what? I've stopped caring about this duck. I'm annoyed at this duck. Get me past this duck.
Oh my God. It's her steed. It's her pet. It's her friend.
I am so annoyed at this duck whenever I see him. All emotional weight of any of these moments was just lost on me.
Wow, that is bright. I'm sorry, man. I liked Karoo more. I don't know. I'm trying to think if I liked... Did I like Karoo when I was watching the anime? I feel like he might have annoyed me, but he's kind of fun. He's always quacking and shit, and then he really... I don't know. He gets the living shit beat out of him, man. Like, every turn, and he keeps going.
There's like, this happened like 5 times during this one episode. Something bad would happen to Karoo. He'd fall down. Vivi would be like, "Oh, Karoo!" And then the duck would be like, "Get on, we're going." And then something else would happen. He'd fall down, and then Vivi would like, "Oh, Karoo!" Then flashbacks to them as ducklings together. Then Karoo would get back on, like, "Get on, we're not done yet." And then they'd go another 20 feet. Something bad would happen. Vivi'd cry. Duck would go like, "I didn't hear any bell yet. Get on." They'd go.
Oh my God.
I was just so jaded by the end of it.
So
I don't care anymore.
I will just say that I know you probably hate it when I say this, and I get it, but I will say that it was not dragged out nearly as much in the manga. Karoo did a couple of things. He got shot. He got blown up. I think that was in maybe earlier. He also like something happened to him earlier before all this. But, like, that was pretty much it. It was pretty much... Once he got shot, or maybe once he got blown up, whichever one came second, he was out for the count. Vivi had to start running. So, yeah. I'm sorry. But, Karoo aside, Vivi makes it to the castle. Her dad's there in, like, fucking... I don't know if in the anime he was, like, Jesused up. Yeah, he was crucified into, like, the shoulders. I was like, what the hell? Was that insensitive? I don't know. I couldn't think of the word.
Jesus, stop. What's wrong with you?
What else do you describe that? You tell anybody. You tell anybody, you can't think of the word, and you say he got Jesused up. They're gonna know exactly what you mean.
I mean, you're right. That doesn't make it okay.
I don't know, man. It's fine.
Move it on.
So
he
gets crucified, Mr. Grammar Police over here, against the wall, and he seems fine with it.
Yeah, he's just like, "I'm too pissed to be in pain."
I'm too pissed to be in pain. Vivi arrives, and Crocodile's there.
Yeah.
Right? And Crocodile is like, I don't know, what happened?
He's just like, "I'm badass Crocodile. Here's my plan, and you're too late to stop me."
Yeah.
And then Dogman shows up.
The clock tower's gonna explode and kill everybody.
Oh yeah, he's blowing the shit up out of the city.
Yeah, he's blowing, which is where the fight's gonna clash at the clock tower.
Yeah, both enemies are gonna be dead.
Yeah, he's just gonna blow them all up. But I'm remembering, we find out because last week we were talking about his plan, and we did find out a little bit more about it. And it seems to not be so much about. I mean, he does want to be king, for sure. He straight up says that he wants to replace the king. But also, he wants...
the Pluto thing.
The Pluton.
That's it.
And the Poneglyph.
We've heard of the Pluton before, haven't we? When they started talking about that, I could have swore, I remember thinking, that sounds so familiar. Where have they brought this up before? But I couldn't for the life of me remember.
I don't think it was brought up. Dig in the chat.
Yeah.
Do you know if Pluton was brought up before this moment? It might have been.
Maybe.
But yeah, and we find out it's like...
It's a weapon to destroy entire islands.
Yeah, it's like the Death Star.
Yeah.
It's the Death Star of the One Piece world. And then, yeah, they talk about, like, they asked the king to take him to the poneglyph as well, which has, like, history written on it or something.
Okay.
And so we know Crocodile's up to something more, at least. He said he's going to make a military out of the Pluton, I think. The strongest military in the world or some crazy thing like that. But either the king's playing stupid, he claims he doesn't know anything about the Pluton.
Yeah, it's just a myth.
It's just a myth.
There's
it's not
no
real.
credibility to its reality.
Yep, but he does say he'll take him to the poneglyph.
Yeah.
So we find out a little bit more about his plan. What's his name shows up?
Dogman.
Dogman. Oh yeah, fuck Dogman.
Fuck Dogman. I don't care about Dogman.
He turns into a dog and gets the crap beat out of him. There was a cool moment where, like, the 4 super powerful men of the kingdom. There was 4 of them, and they took, like, a drug that would kill them, but would make them super strong. And Crocodile just is straight up like, you're gonna die anyway. I'm just not gonna fight you. He's like, I'm just gonna avoid you until you die.
He, like, dodges their first attack, and then they die.
Yeah. Which I thought was a pretty baller move. I was like, damn, Crocodile, you could probably beat these guys anyway. But he's like, I'm not even going to bother. You're just going to kill yourselves, you stupid idiot.
Yeah, so I remember this happening and thinking, like, man, this probably would have been so much cooler if I knew who the hell these people were.
I know.
They just showed up out of nowhere.
They were disposable.
Yeah.
They were meant to be disposable.
If these were, like, some of the king's royal guards...
It seemed like that was kind of like how they were, what they were supposed to.
Yeah, but I'm talking like the named people we've seen throughout the episode.
Like the dog man.
Like the dog man, the bird man.
He could have done it on his own. If he just took the drug on his own and then Crocodile was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
It would have had a little more of an impact.
Yeah, it would have more weight to it.
Yeah.
But that happens. We have to deal with that. And
I think it was, but see, I think the weight was on Crocodile, and to show that he's actually a pretty smart dude. And he's also pretty ruthless. Because he probably could have just killed him himself. But he was like, nah.
But did that point really need to be made? Like, we've already seen everything he's done up until this point. Like, we already know he's ruthless. He's intelligent. He's, like, all these terrible things.
It probably didn't need to be made, but I still thought it was a cool moment.
Yeah, fair.
Because I was just expecting him to just wipe the floor with him like he always does, and he was just like, I'm just going to let you die, you stupid idiot. I thought it was pretty badass. My respect went up for Crocodile in that moment.
So yeah, the segment climaxes with, what's his name?
Yeah, what is his name? It starts with the
Koza.
Yes. He arrives. He finds out that this was kind of a cool moment too, because he formed the rebellion. He told everybody the king was doing wrong and built it up. And he finds out in this moment that he was wrong and that Crocodile was just manipulating everybody. Yeah. So his world kind of gets flipped in this moment, and he's put in a sticky situation where he knows the clock tower is going to blow up, and he wants to go and tell everybody that the clock tower is going to blow up, but then Vivi begs him not to because that will just cause more chaos. It'll just incite more violence, which I didn't really understand this moment. I didn't fully understand why that would incite more, because you think they just want to get away from it. Yeah. But I will say that the alternative solution I liked better, which is that one side just surrenders. Yeah. It seems like that does seem like a more peaceful solution to go off of. So I didn't fully understand why the clock tower would make things more violent, but I agree to Vivi's point that you should try to end things as peaceful as possible. Yeah, that's fair. So I thought that was cool, but it all ends with them surrendering, and then these sneaky little bastards who we've seen before. So this wasn't that random. This was kind of built up. I kind of like that there's like Baroque works that have infiltrated the kingdom's military, and they're doing all sorts of shit to keep the violence up, keep the fear alive. Right. And so Koza puts up the white flag to surrender for the kingdom. I don't know how he has that power, but everybody agrees. And the kingdom puts up their white flags to say we're going to surrender, and then he gets shot by one of the kingdom soldiers. And the rebellion is probably pretty pissed about it.
Probably.
It's probably going to make them angry.
Yeah.
Because that's a pretty dirty move. From their point of view, all they see is the kingdom basically shooting a man who's surrendering with a white flag. That's like as low as you can get, right? So they're pissed at the king already, and now the king's done this. I think the violence is only going to get worse from here. I think the peaceful solution, I don't know.
Not going to work. I don't think it's going to be that peaceful.
I don't think it's going to be that peaceful either. So, I mean, that's pretty much how it ends. Yeah. Kosa getting shot again. Will he die this time? Probably not.
Maybe not.
Given the track record of this arc.
Yeah, right.
Probably not. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we're moving on to the climax of the arc itself. We got 10 eps left, and you're right when you think it's coming to an end, they do something to ramp it right back up.
Yeah.
So
question: when can I start watching? When can I watch the new opening? Not yet.
Not yet. Nope.
Okay.
Not till after this arc's over.
And before I forget, because I forgot to mention this last week. I found Panda Man in Alabasta.
I forgot to even tell you. I've been not a man of my word. I need to make like a document of like the Panda Man sightings so that you can just go to the document, because I always forget to tell you like how many times he appears. Yep. You found him.
I found him. I put the timestamp in that document that we share for Panda Man.
All right.
So yeah, you can double check. But he appears in the casino, the Crocodile runs, when it's like you're being introduced to the scenery and setting of the casino. You're seeing the crowds, the gambling tables. Some person like pulls one of those gambling machines. I don't go to the casinos. I don't know any.
Slot machine?
Yeah.
Like pull the lever?
Pull the lever and there's the wheels that turn.
Yep.
He appears as one of the center images on the cylinder spinners. Spinny cylinders.
The spinny cylinders.
Yeah, you pull the thing, spins the cylinders.
Oh, he's on there.
He's one of the images.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good job. Well, I'm proud of you. I'm going to look into it. But Panda Man has been so long. What is that, $5 in your pocket? Is that what I've agreed to?
Maybe
every time you
3?
Find him? Maybe 3? I'll have to go back and watch the episode. I forget. Yeah. But congratulations on finding Panda Man yet again. There is one last piece of business that we need to attend to. We kept this... It has been an hour.
Yeah.
We flew through this.
Kept it tight.
But there's somebody that you need to know about that's been happening in the manga. That
if it's buggy, I'm just
in the anime.
If it's buggy again, I'm just cutting the stream.
Who could it be? Who could it be? I don't know. Ooh, that's weird. Let's not do that one. Let's take a look. Look who's back on the opening panels. Oh no, it's not working. There it is. There it is. Oh, baby.
Oh, jeez.
I know.
So eventually I'll get a couple episodes where he's doing his thing?
Nope. You're done.
Oh.
You're done with these.
Oh.
I don't care. So that's why I'm showing you. Otherwise, I would have just waited till you get your episodes. But the last episode that you get of the panel covers was the Kobe Meppo. So we got to see what Jango is up to. I know you were asking. I know you couldn't. You were thinking in your head, what is Jango up to?
You know me.
I mean, what could he be doing? Well, this is him sitting on Usopp's island. We're just gonna go. I don't even remember what happens. So this is just a little fun segment. Oh no, his ship is going away.
Oh no, poor Jango.
Better get some food.
Yep, he's hungry. There's little onion.
Yep, little onion. That is him. Good job. You remembered his name. They're chasing him off. They're the hair pirates.
Their hair is their name.
Onion apple?
Something, I don't know. I just remember he's onion.
Yeah, he is an. You're right. His hair is an onion. I don't think this guy's name's Apple though.
Doesn't matter. What does he do next?
He gets on a boat and he sails away.
Logical.
Makes sense. Oh. He sails right past Axar Morgan, who got away in the Kobe Meppo story. Remember?
Yeah.
Hell Meppo tried to stop him, but he was unable to, and he got away on a little dinghy, so they passed by each other on the sea, both of them sleeping. Oh, this is just some Usopp stuff right here. This is Kara.
Yep.
Kara, she's out and about. Kara's out and about. She's got a medical bag.
She's not sickly anymore.
She's not. She's doing much better. And it looks like the little boys are guarding them. Gardener. They're her personal guards. Yeah. And that dog isn't happy.
No.
Oh, he makes it to Funky Town. Now, down here, there is text, but we're not going to need it. We're just going to put the pieces together.
Let's just keep going.
Uh-oh.
He's wanted.
He's wanted, and they're looking for him.
In Funky Town.
In Funky Town, and he sees them. He better go, 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 go. I don't really... He's taking his glasses off. That's it. I don't know what the go, go, go means. Oh.
Oh, my God.
His eyes look like hearts. He's funky.
This is.
So he's in a funky style dance contest. He has gotten rid of the glasses. He's changed his look to try and blend in so that they don't find him.
Yeah, yeah.
He's dancing away. They're having a funky time. What is this island, by the way?
This
is
Funky
a canon
Town.
Island. So
Funky Town is a canon island.
Everything that's happening here is canon. So that's pretty fun. It's pretty fitting. Oh, he's dancing with contestant number 2. He's contestant number 18. Dancing away. He's the winner of the dance
That's
contest.
a great way to stay incognito, is winning the Funky Town dance competition.
Who's this guy? He looks a little
familiar,
familiar, doesn't he?
Does he? I don't know.
A little familiar. They're partying. They're having some beers. Oh, they're asking about him. He says, I don't know. Oh, well, actually, he's freaking out a little bit. For the record, this guy is Iron Fist from Sanji's boat. Remember? Sanji beats the crap out of him. He's trying to play up the wine connoisseur card.
Oh, that's him?
That's him. They've met on Funky Town. I was hoping for a better picture because I thought maybe it'd be a little more apparent. But they're getting along. He's saying, oh, shit, you're a Marine. Well, I'll be damned. I think this is pirates attacking.
Attacking Funky Town? No.
Yeah, the pirates are coming. We gotta go. Wow, there's a lot of these. There's more of these than I expect. Oh, yeah, there he is. There he is with his little punchy knuckles.
Okay.
Kicking ass. They're fighting. He's getting away on a boat. He's saying, bleh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, so like your funky friend's not here now.
He doesn't. Yeah, they're all gonna. She's gonna die. He's losing. Horrible things are happening. Oh, he's back, baby. He's back to save the day. And so now they're all fighting. They're all friends. They're having a great time. Funky Town is saved, and he's gonna. Too late. You're a pirate. Gotta take you in.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta take you in. He's literally
taken in.
He's taken in. He's in court. This judge is literally drinking.
Yeah.
This tells a lot about the world government, maybe. There's just a judge just drinking in the courtroom.
Too bad it exists only on the front panel side story of the manga.
It's that little bit of world building you need. They're all happy. He must not have got a big sentencing, it looks like. or he's dying. They're all laughing. They're all happy. He got acquitted. He got acquitted! Of course!
Because he saved Funky Town.
Because he saved Funky Town. He says goodbye, and he hypnotizes him? And then there's a girl there, and they're falling in love with her, and he's a Marine now.
And then there's the sky.
I don't know what that is, but so that's it. That's what old Jango's been up to.
Boy, am I glad I know.
You're not happy about that?
I'm delighted.
I don't know, man. I love that. I love that. It's so stupid. It's like, why? That's what makes it so great to me. It's like, why would I ever give a crap what this guy's doing? And Oda's like, you wouldn't, but I want you to know. I'm going to let you know that this dude that you didn't care about and hated when the arc was happening is human too, and he has his own story going on. Well, because he didn't die. He just got blown up in the face with an explosion, and you assumed he died.
Why? You're right. I was the wrong one.
I mean, it was just a little Usopp bomb. You know, he got knocked unconscious.
All right.
But yeah, so you get to learn a little bit about the world, you know? That's fun. Funky Town exists. Maybe the Straw Hats will visit it one day.
Maybe. I can only hope. One can dream.
The funny thing about Funky Town is that before this happened, there was an Oda question panel. And somebody asked a question, and Oda was like, oh, that only exists on Funky Island. Or so, that's not the name of it. But he name-dropped the island specific to whatever the question was, and now this dude's panel comes up, and he's going to that exact island. Was it an elaborate ruse? Probably. I think Oda just spouts random nonsense and then finds a way to make it canon.
I guarantee you that's what it is.
I don't think that's always what it is, but I do think that happens a lot. But it's fun. It's fun. Anyway, it's 6:10.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
You don't seem happy about what Jango was up to.
I'm proud he turned his life around. He put away his pirate ways for an honest living.
There you go.
With the Marines.
That's all I wanted to hear. Just wait till you see who's up next.
Oh, Christ.
Because we're in the middle of another one right now. Make a prediction. Who's it going to be? You'll never guess. And you'll never guess in a million years. You probably don't even remember him.
Is it someone from the Arlong crew?
Yeah, I'll tell you that it is.
Oh, okay. Is it Octopus Guy?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it is. Now you know. You really nailed that one. Is that who you were gonna say before I said anything?
Yeah. When you said that there was someone else, I started thinking, like, who would it be? Okay, they're kind of taking this in a progressive motion, like Buggy, Jango, maybe Arlong's next because they came later.
Yeah.
Who's someone and then you confirmed it was them. And then, okay, who's someone significant, like super insignificant in the Arlong crew and didn't die? I don't think Octopus died. Is it Octopus?
Wow. Well, you'll get to see what Hatchan's up to next time. Well, I don't know if it'll be next time, but when it ends, I'll be sure to show you.
Eventually.
I'll make a maybe I'll make a video. We'll just watch the video.
That'd be fun.
That could be a fun little segment. Regardless, that's it, everybody. Next week we're finishing up the Alabasta arc. What's your prediction, my friend? How does this end?
Everyone's happy, and the Straw Hats leave to the next island.
Well, I mean, I was hoping for a little more. All
right. Maybe I'm hoping that what's his name, Luffy's brother, comes back to save the day.
You want him to go Spider-Man 3 on Crocodile's ass?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. And then they leave happily from the island.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Vivi's gonna go with him too.
You think Vivi's gonna go with him?
Yeah, the king is fine. He'll live. He can take care of the country.
Yeah.
Vivi's got that taste for adventure.
Vivi, she's got a bite. Can she let go of it so easily?
No.
No. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. All right, everybody. I will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.